Pythor, Harumi, Asphera, and the Skull Sorcerer are all villains that are more or less confirmed to be returning within the next Ninjago installment. But what if I were to tell you that this is not all? If we take a closer look at some of the set descriptions for the upcoming wave, there are almost too many mentions of mystery figures and resemblances appearing in a few of the sets, which is what we are going to be taking a look at in today's video. Now, taking a look at the Promo Bricks article, there are a few mentions of mysterious four-armed figures making a return in some of the sets, and while these were hinted at being villains, it was never actually properly stated what characters these would be, so we're basically just left with either characters being resemblances to older villains, or just mysterious four-armed figures, and it's just kind of strange that these were left out. And I think this could be possible for a few reasons. Now, first of all, when you think of a four-armed character making a return, I think most people would kind of pin that to the Garmadon, Mr. E at a push, with the Oni Mask of Deception, of course. There are quite a few cases like that. Maybe even Nadakan, you know, that's definitely another possibility here. And we are just kind of left with no other, you know, information regarding all of this, and the most amount of explanation we've had regarding some of these four-armed figures is simply just the fact that one of them wields 4 pink swords. Now, when you think of pink swords in this instance, you think of Garmadon, right? I mean, remember when he wielded those pink swords towards the end of Hunted in his final battle against... Yeah, that's kind of what I instantly thought of in my mind when I read that there would be a four-armed character wielding pink swords. But there is definitely another possibility there, and that could be the Overlord. Now, I know that the Overlord returning is always brought up by somebody in the community each time a new Ninjago season is revealed. There are just always countless Overlord returning theories, and while they're almost always just instantly wrong, this time I think there is a very good chance that the Overlord could genuinely make a return, and this is also possible because of the fact that in the Crystal King set, the writer of this Promo Bricks article literally stated that one of the figures, or one of the builds I should say, in this set deeply resembles the Overlord with the black and pink colour scheme. So yeah, that is definitely an option here. So in regards to the Overlord returning theory, this time around, I'm honestly going to say that there is a decent likelihood that the Overlord could make a return. With all of this talk about other villains returning, why wouldn't the Overlord return? We know he's still out there. The Overlord is essentially immortal, meaning that, well, obviously he can never fully die. He'll always just revert back to his spirit form whenever he is actually defeated. So the Overlord is out there somewhere in Ninjago right now, and could return at any given time in any kind of season, and with all of this talk of villains returning, the Overlord would definitely be a good option. But aside from that, it is honestly possible that Nadakan could be returning too. I mean, 4 arms, mysterious figure, definitely Nadakan could be returning, and with all of this talk of mysterious 4-armed figures making a return, and with all of the hints in previous seasons towards Nadakan's return, I mean, with all of the teapot references and stuff like that, it would be awkward to have all of that exist for nothing and not actually hint at something. So, the Nadakan returning? Honestly, yeah, it's definitely a possibility, and I would be absolutely over the moon and just would be so hyped if Nadakan somehow made a return. That is the one thing I'm hoping for with this new wave. It would just be insane. Now, I guess at a huge push, Mr. E could maybe, you know, kind of be a possibility, but again, he was torn to shreds, so they'd have to kind of stretch it really far for him to actually return. But I mean, with the Mask of Deception, Mr. E did have 4 arms, and he did join the club of few amount of Ninjago characters having 4 arms, so yeah, it's definitely a possibility. And I mean, Samukai, it may be a possibility too. We don't really know if he could possibly, potentially, somehow still be alive. So I'm just going to throw that one out there too. But at the very least, there is definitely a possibility that Nadakan and definitely the Overlord could be returning. And this would just add to the list of Ninjago villains making a comeback. I think this would be the perfect time to see them all actually return. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of ramble regarding the new villains. It was just really random, today's video, and I was just kind of going off the top of my head, and I just wanted to get this out there in a video for you guys, and I hope you did all enjoy it for what it was. If you did enjoy today's video, please do consider dropping a like on it. If you are new to the channel and are interested in seeing a lot of content very similar to this, then please also consider subscribing to the channel with that notification bell turned on. With all of this being said though, guys, I will see you all in my next video, coming very, very soon. Goodbye.